almost never record on this channel. This is my full government name. So this is how you know this is real. So it is official. Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, MAGA, and the Confederates with him are threatening civil war. I've been calling MAGA out on this if they've been escalating more and more on Facebook in particular. And since I've been calling them out, Facebook has been sending me, at least this is what I've asked Facebook why they keep sending me these warnings. You seem suicidal. Are you suicidal? Facebook, I've had my Facebook account for many, many years. I'm one of the first guys on Facebook. And they've never sent me no suicide messages like this. I'm not suicidal. I'm never suicidal. I am the last person I would kill. But I'm not a coward. Donald Trump just threatened Philadelphia. The MAGA and ICE threatened Philadelphia. Philadelphia said they will arrest ICE officers for breaking laws and killing citizens. Their response was, try it and see. So basically, ICE is saying that they will murder Philadelphia officers if they try to arrest them. That's what they're saying. ICE doesn't wrestle with people. ICE doesn't grab people. ICE shoots first, asks questions later. And if they're getting into it with officers, it's an armed confrontation. And again, ICE shoots first. So these are Confederate soldiers. They've kept the Confederates out of Chicago so far. But a lot of these states where ICE, a lot of these Union states where ICE are murdering people and disappearing people. You know, I'm supposed to sugarcoat this, I guess. And this is my real channel. I don't do any comedy or political stuff here. So this is real. Just because I said my hometown of Chicago will become a Confederate state over my dead body doesn't mean I'm suicidal. Man, I didn't mean to get that in the background right there. I don't really like disclosing my location because I've been battling Facebook white supremacists and YouTube white supremacists since I got on YouTube back in 2005 or 6. They threaten me all the time, this and that. Not on this account. This is a pretty new account, and that's why I'm making this here. Because this is not my comedy channel. This is not my channel for fighting trolls. This is me. And this is what it is. This is what it is. The Republican Party was founded by a bunch of different parties who wanted to take out the Democrats. A bunch of Whigs, a Federalist, all kind of abolitionist parties formed the Republican Party. Abraham Lincoln was the very first Republican. The very second Republican was Ulysses S. Grant. And I am about to start shaking because I'm going to get mad talking about this. MAGA and Donald Trump, especially Donald Trump, is always saying disrespectful stuff about Abraham Lincoln and Ulysses S. Grant in particular. They hate Ulysses S. Grant because Ulysses S. Grant really went after the Klan. So for MAGA, even though Ulysses S. Grant is the great general that won the Civil War, the maggots hate Ulysses S. Grant. And Donald Trump in particular has often said that he's a better president than Abraham Lincoln. And who does he like more than Abraham Lincoln? The leader of the Republican Party's favorite president is Andrew Jackson. Him and J.D. Vance say this over and over again. Make America great again. And now they're trying to make the Republican Party great again. Before Abraham Lincoln, before Ulysses S. Grant. And now they've sending Confederates. These are real Confederates. These boys have Confederate flags tattooed on them. Their fathers rep that Confederate flag. Their fathers fought in the Confederate War. And for generations, they've been saying the South will rise again. And this is their attempt to do that. ICE thinks that they could have armed conflict with police in places like Philadelphia. Now, this is Philadelphia that's standing up first, and I stand with Philadelphia. You know, I talk a lot of shit about the East Coast, kind of joking. I talk about New York a lot, but there's a lot of love and hate with New York. I'm from Chicago, and Chicago and New York, we're number one rivals. New York sent us Al Capone, and then they provoked for hundreds of years. For hundreds of years, New York has shit on us, told us that we and the rest of the country, we're inferior. And now they've given us President Trump. President Trump has raped New York. Don't forget the Central Park Five. This dude who MAGA, they so against Jeffrey Epstein, but he tried to get children convicted of a rape that they didn't commit, and he tried to get them executed for that when they were children, but they were black children. You guys think this is a joke. They talk about masculinity and all this stuff, but they don't like black male masculinity. They don't like black men who are military-minded. So, MAGA, black MAGA, you are down with the Confederates. Those motherfuckers are waving Confederate flags. And these motherfuckers took a Confederate flag to the Capitol. That's what January 6th was all about. Getting that Confederate flag to the Capitol. That's the first time a Confederate flag was ever in the Capitol. It was under a hostile situation. And now January 6th guys have been pardoned. And now those same dudes who are running around the Capitol are running around the Midwest, the Northeast, places like Philadelphia, Chicago, Minneapolis. They really hate Minneapolis because Minneapolis, I love saying Chicago was never a slave state, but Minneapolis actually beat us on that. You know. So, this is civil war. This is what you voted for. It's not me promoting it. It's not me encouraging it. I don't even have a gun. I don't carry a gun. I'm a convicted felon. I never had a weapon. So I'm not suicidal. If a bullet ends up in me, they did it. Or something similar. But again, like I said, over my dead body. They're terrorists. They shot this woman, Miss Good, and ever since then, they've been going around saying you haven't learned anything from the other day. Real life terrorism, and they're admitted to it. But I'm the bad guy. Because I'm pointing out how these motherfuckers are invading the North. I'm supposed to ignore it. I'm supposed to sugarcoat it. They're calling the liberals violent. These hippies. That lady Miss Good. You know, I grew up in Chicago, and I think about the liberal teachers that these motherfuckers hate. They make jokes about it. You've seen them in the movies like Higher Learning and stuff like that. I've seen teachers like that in real life. It's real life women that go to the ghetto, teach black children. I experienced that growing up in Chicago. Donald Trump has always hated ghetto children. Again, think about the Central Park Five. Why in the world did he go so hard against them? Why in the world did he think that those little boys gang raped a woman? Why do you people think that we all just want to rape white women? And why do you black maggots promote that narrative? That all black men, white women are so good, our own black women are garbage. Well, I don't believe that. I'm not in Chicago right now, but maybe I need to take my ass up there. I'm going to court here soon in Texas. They've been trying to lock me up for many years. They keep charging me with bullshit crimes. I go to court in a week for trespassing, basically being homeless. But they're cooking these charges. Right now, every time I check, they change the charges. When I go to court, sometime on the 21st, 22nd, is going to be trespassing, obstruction, or whatever. They keep changing it. Right now, it's currently 2 trespassing charges, but they can't have 2 trespassing charges by the time my court date comes around. So we're going to see what happens. But either way it go, I'm not afraid to go to prison. And I'm not afraid to fight white supremacists. You know, I went to jail here in Texas. And let me tell a real quick story. I tell this on my other YouTube channel. But Walston, I was locked up in Bexar County Jail in San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio is a majority Hispanic city, but most of those Hispanics are Hispanics. Hispanics and Latinos are very different. Hispanics, they identify with Spain. They think they're Europeans. They don't like their indigenous roots. If you ask them about it, they weren't Aztecs or Incas or whatever. All of the southern tribes, all of the tribes that make up what we consider Latinos. Hispanics, they don't like you speaking any language but Spanish, European. They believe in light skin and blonde hair and blue eyes. Mexico is just like America. A lot of people don't know that. It's a European country that was once indigenous. And the indigenous, they're whitewashed. But anyway, Walston wasn't Hispanic at all. Walston was very white. I fought a white inmate. And because me and this white inmate fought, he classified me as Mexican Mafia. Now, I don't know if you could tell by listening to me and talking to me, I'm not Mexican Mafia. When I first moved to San Antonio, they threw me and classified me as a gangster disciple. So for Sergeant Walston to throw me in there with Mexican Mafia for fighting a white inmate, And I wasn't new to the prison. I had already been classified. They knew I wasn't Mexican Mafia. But they threw me in there for fighting a white inmate. Why did Walston do that? He was Lieutenant Walston at the time. Last I checked, he was captain. He's very much a white supremacist, and he's openly got promotion after promotion after promotion in Bexar County Jail. And he's been working there many, many years, and Bexar County Jail has had many, many people just ask anybody if Walston is a racist white supremacist. He is. But that's just one story of many stories of me doing my time here in jail. You know, my mom moved me down here to Texas when I was 15. And I wasn't quite ready to say fuck niggas. I grew up listening to Tupac. Tupac said, niggas stand for never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. I appreciated that. Eazy-E said, it's plain to see you can't trust me because I'm going to be a nigga for life. I am going to be a nigga for life. I'm not a dark-skinned white person. I'm not like these black MAGAs that are like, you Negroes need to act more like the white people. Pull up your pants and speak with the Queen's English. Suck a dick. Niggas are evolution at its finest. And the more you try to exterminate us, the more you're going to exterminate yourself. So chill out with the Civil War. You've had more than enough time to round up illegal immigrants. It's clear that you're just going after Unionists and Yankees. I live in the South now. These white motherfuckers hate Yankees. And they try to make me feel ashamed of it. But ever since I got here, I'm proud to be a Yankee. Fuck you, Confederates. And no, I'm not suicidal. And I'm not just bitching. So, this is my serious message. Check out my other channel. I'm going to try to build my YouTube base and everything. And I hope my channel don't get deleted, but it is what it is. I'm not the one starting trouble. The liberals are not, you know, once they start fighting back in the Midwest, they did not start this war. They did not start this war. But we need a new, hey, I'll say it, maybe we need a new civil war. Look at how white supremacy has taken place. They're just not going to quit until America is a white nation. And this is what they're saying. We have to worship white Jesus, celebrate Christmas on December 4th, have a picture of a blonde, blue-eyed Jesus, and we have to literally worship the name of Jesus, even though Jesus ain't Hebrew. Fuck that. Stand up, read your Bibles, don't be afraid. Death before dishonor.